Hey, John here. It's Friday, so that means some hybrid picking. In this one, I'm going to share a routine that will really help you get your M and A finger working properly together. Unfortunately, it's one of those systematic, ugly sounding ones again, but the benefit of that is of course that you will focus more on your specific technique and you won't be chasing any higher BPMs than you can actually play. Also going to cover a lick. If you need tabs for this stuff, you can go to my Patreon and you also get access to hundreds of different lessons on different topics over there in my Patreon archive, or you can go straight to my YouTube lessons subscription on Teachable. You have a link to both below. Before we get started today, I highly suggest you sign up for my newsletter, because once you do that, you'll get access to 17 lessons straight away, and then you get a series of exclusive lessons you won't find anywhere else. So this lick is based on the B minor pentatonic. We use this day one, very basic position. And in this position, we're going to use two sequences, one ascending and one descending. The ascending one goes like this. So, and I stop here, even though we're actually going to add this note as well, but that's going to be part of the next sequence. So this sequence is just this classic 6-note sequence, ascending sixes with the pentatonic. But in this case, we're not going to pick them. We're going to use hammer-ons, and also I use the hybrid picking technique here. You could get away with downstrokes or upstrokes if you want, but the whole point here is to getting used to applying the right hand fingers, because I think it sounds better overall, at least for me. So try that if you're not used to it. So anyway, we go up like this. Go back to the previous string. Go back, and stop there. So basically we go up 3 strings, go back 1, 3 strings, go back 1, and so on. Sounds great, and it's pretty easy to play. The second sequence, we start here at the top. So we're coming from this. And from here, we're gonna just do a turnaround on the high E string. It goes like this. And from here, the actual sequence starts with a downstroke, and then an M finger. And here I really think using hybrid picking will be way easier than trying to pick it. So down, M, and then back to down again, and then a pull off. So then we repeat that starting from this note, this note, this note, and then I go back down. So right, so we put them together. Alright, so this routine will really help you develop the way that your M and A finger work together, but also how to cross strings effectively, leading both with the pick and leading with the A finger. And particularly leading with the A finger can be quite difficult in the beginning. But this routine, if practiced diligently, will address that. Again, this will sound pretty horrible, but I like that because then I can focus on the actual technique at hand, and I don't have to stroke my ego by playing things faster, because it won't really sound much better doing that. So we're gonna use systematic workouts again, as usual. It's my go-to thing for developing technique. So in this case, we're gonna use the 4 3-finger combinations. We're gonna use 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. And we're going to apply them like really bad sounding chords here. But we want to articulate the fingers. You don't want them to ring together. right? So the basic pattern is pretty easy. So I'm going to start here on the 5th fret and play it through so you can see what I mean. So that's the basic pattern. So we go up, pick, M-A, pick, M-A, pick, M-A, pick, M-A, M, pick. And now we start with A on the B string and go down, A, M, pick, A, M, pick, A, M, pick. And once we get here, we go straight to the next combination. So this is actually the start of the 1, 2, 4 combination now. So if I play both together. One, two, 4. 1, 3, 4. And then 2, 3, 4. So once you're done with the first 4 combinations, we're going to reverse them. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, we're going to go 3, 2, 1. And instead of going 1, 2, 4, we're going to go 4, 2, 1, and so on. So if I put that together, then we have 3, 2, 1, like this. Right hand will be the same though. Be careful here though, because the next combination will be 4, 2, 1. So you can't end with the 3rd finger here. So you're going to go straight to 4, up the same way. Next one is 4, 3, 1, so you can keep the pinky. And then we have 4, 3, 2. And that's the end of the whole routine. And again, I would use this starting on different zones that I call it. So through this position, 1 through 4, 5 through 8, 9 through 12, 13 through 16, and 17 through 20. And that's you really get a feel for all the different tensions and fret spaces on the guitar without doing it on every fret, which would take forever. So I'm going to play the first combination again, and you can look at the right hand specifically, and you will see that I'm always planting, I'm always preparing the finger before I strike it. So and that's really important to get a really secure feel in the right hand, and if you do that, you will get way more out of these exercises. Not planting when you work on this stuff slowly is kind of the equivalent of not using rest strokes when you work on sweep picking slowly. So a huge no-no, in other words. All right, I know it's not the most melodic exercise. In fact, it sounds quite horrible, but the benefit of that is that you will focus on your actual tone and your accuracy without having any regard for pushing up the tempo when you do the exercise. And then once you're done with that, you have your fun time afterwards. And I found that dividing my practice like this is way better overall for my development, instead of just sitting there trying to learn things by learning licks all the time. So if you had bad luck with that approach, try mine and see if that works better for you. As always, if you have any questions or comments, just post them below. Otherwise, like and subscribe and all that stuff, and see you in the next video.